Hey guys, welcome back to Instructions for Humanity. It is your girl, Tahirah, your spiritual teacher. You know, I teach the message. We are all one in love. Subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this very important message. I'm going to show you guys a drawing that I did from the subconscious mind, and I believe that it is a sharp warning to the chosen ones about the Pepe coin. So let me set it up for you guys. So when we ask people to draw in therapy, it's a form of therapy that we use as hypnotherapists, because sometimes people, they have things in their subconscious mind that is stopping them from living their best life in their conscious waking state. So sometimes we use drawing as a way to kind of see what's going on so we can help. So I was in this certification class, and just randomly our instructor said, okay, well, while we're waiting for everyone else to come in class to join in on the Zoom, just go ahead and get a bunch of, colored pencils or pens, and then just draw a little bit. So was not giving any direction at all. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna show the photo. Wasn't given any direction. The only thing she said was make a square and then make a circle. And then that was it. So when we finished, and then later on in the class, she explained that yes, this is what's going on in your subconscious mind. And in fact, all of these lines mean something. I have not I won't go into that part today on the picture, but I'm going to show you the picture. And I want to show it because people who know about graphs and charts and candlesticks, you guys may be able to decipher what this is. And then when I get more information about what all of these particular lines mean, because in the subconscious mind, solid lines, dotted lines, squiggly lines, they all have a significant meaning to be able to help people. So let me show you what the subconscious mind drew, right? One moment. I'm gonna share it. Okay. I hope you guys can all see this. This is what my subconscious mind drew. And I believe that it is a divine prophecy from God about the Pepe coin. Now, guys, like Pepe has had like a few runs, right? But the other day, I was telling my brother that I think Pepe's going to go up, but I didn't know which Pepe that it was. So I just sent him money. He bought it for me because I don't know how to do all these exchanges and be selling all like that and all these wallets and stuff, and I don't have time for all of that. So I was like, I don't know which Pepe it is. So just divide it across the Pepes, right? But I said, I have a feeling that it's crazy Pepe. I have a strong inkling in my spirit that it is crazy Pepe because I was seeing it in a vision. And so we said, just spread it evenly, right? So then when he went to buy the Pepe, something happened and he ended up buying like a double position of the crazy Pepe. And the next day it went up. It was like, I think it only took it like less than 2 days. It was up like 400%, like something crazy. And I was able to make money. If I was playing like I'd normally play, because I used to play with big money. I'm talking like $10,000 at a time. I used to do that, but I don't do that anymore. But I only put a small amount of money in there. But I was like, man, if I would have put what I normally put, I would have had a couple $100,000. But nevertheless, I was just following an inkling. So I really didn't think much about it. But let me explain this to you guys. So the instructor said, draw a square. So I drew the square, and hopefully you can see this. I'm moving my little mouse here. I drew the square here. And then the instructor said, draw a circle. I just drew a circle. So later on, what she told us is that the square represents the world. The circle is how we fit into the world. So as you can see, I am much larger than the world because my circle is huge. And part of my circle, only about a third of me is actually in the world. 2/3 of me is outer worldly. which is that's how I live my life. I am divinely guided by spirit, by the cosmos. That's how I live my life. So this actually makes a lot of sense. Now, I was divinely guided to then, after I drew the circle, I started to make these lines first. These little purple lines. It looks like a road, right? Now keep in mind, the subconscious mind is 88%, right? Your conscious mind is only 12%. So this drawing came from the 88% of the subconscious mind, which knows all things, which holds all information. Your mother's father's information. It holds all the information from everyone because we are all one, right? The law of one. So I'm trying to explain this with the 12% of my mind. So keep in mind that it could be different for you, but let me just continue. Just wanted to say that. So this is the first thing I drew. And if you notice, it's on the edge of this world and my world, the 1/3 of the actual world that we live in, and the 2/3 portion of my world. I drew this first. Then I drew this line here next. It's a solid line. This all has meaning. I might just pause this and see if I can pull up what that means. Let me see. I don't want to stop sharing though. Hold on 1 second. Now I don't want to pause it. No, I won't pause it because I don't want to mess up the video, but I will explain this in another video later. But this is a solid line. And then I started to expand out and draw other lines. This is a solid line. This is not a solid line. This is going to get deep. Stay with me. It's about to get deep. Then something told me this circle represents time. Something told me to mark it with the red dots at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, right? So now we're building some structure to this. Then I was led to draw an arrow, a forward arrow in red, going towards the right with all of these stars. I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stars. If you notice, my world is here, right? In my world, which is the circle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars inside. And then on the edge of where my world ends and this world, the real world that we live in, begins, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. And these are sitting right on the line. Now, this is the world we live in, right? Which intuitively, I'm understanding this is the market. Look how this is blocked off. I made this blue line. Blue, by the way, stands for deception in the spirit world. A blue, chakras and whatnot can be our throat chakra if it's lighter blue, or our darker blue could be our third eye, our God awareness chakra. But in this case, because this is the world and not this, me, which is spiritual, this means deception. This was all blocked off. That means this part of the market is deception. There's no way out. It's blocked off. Then I drew an arrow going up and it says detour. So this is telling me when it's actually time to exit. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to build it up. Stay with me. What I'm thinking is that all of this right here is how many times that this, not times, but let's say it goes 9x because there's 9 stars. Let's say Pepe goes 9x. When it goes 9x, you need to exit, you need to detour, because all of this down here is no way out. So let me continue to set it up. Hold that in your mind. It's going to be very, very important. It's showing there's a clear way out of this. There's a clear way to exit, but there's only one way out. So you cannot miss the exit. Now, let's go back to this huge Pepe here. Now, mind you, I did not set out to draw anything about stocks or crypto, nothing. I thought I was making just lines and like little loops. That's what I thought I was drawing. But when I look back at it, I'm like, oh crap, it's Pepe. Don't mind that. That's my phone going off. I was like, oh crap, it's Pepe. Then I started to draw these other lines, right? If you notice, this has a V. You know how they have the like the V triangle, you know, and you guys who know about charts and stuff, you'll know about this. But to me, these look like trend lines, you know, that you draw trend lines, and then this looks like a support line to me. This looks like a support line. And if you notice, Pepe is leaning up right where the support line is. And look, it goes the whole way down. That's a hard support line. So kind of what I'm getting is that there's a particular support line that Pepe is at. Now, I don't know if this is regular Pepe, crazy Pepe, Homer Pepe. I don't even know all the Pepes. I don't know. But in my mind's eye, I heard the word lazy. That's why I put the L here. There is no such thing as lazy Pepe. But I heard the word lazy, so I had to put it here, right? Then I drew this arrow. This arrow is bringing Pepe back. That's why Pepe is leaning. It's bringing it back. And also we have blue again. Blue is deception. That's the color of deception in the spirit world. And also, I told you guys the prophecy I had with, I saw Bitcoin with his hands tied behind its back. It was being manipulated by the market makers. It was being held in bondage. When in actuality, we are actually in the bull run. But because they have Bitcoin with its arms behind its back, you don't see the prices going up. We're actually supposed to already be in the bull run. It is here, but you can't see the prices going up because it's being held back. It's being held back from us right now. They're trying to squeeze out the last bit of what they have to cipher wealth away from the common people, right? So this is what I feel that what this is showing, that there is a support line. Maybe you can go and see what is like the number one support line for Pepe and how many times have it been holding that support. I don't know which Pepe it is. I'm kind of getting the inkling it's regular Pepe. Getting the inkling it is regular Pepe. However, I did hear the word lazy. Now, does that mean that Pepe is being lazy right now? It means it's not doing anything. It could totally mean that. Also, when I think of lazy, I think of, okay, there's Homer Pepe, and Homer did sit on his couch a lot. He was kind of lazy. So I don't know which one it is. So if you are going to invest, this is not financial advice, but if you are, maybe spread it out, you know, throughout the Pepes. But one thing I know is that the subconscious mind don't lie. Men lie, women lie, but spirit don't lie. Spirit is our subconscious mind. It is the consciousness that we all belong to, the one consciousness of God. So it is being held back. And I got the image when I drew that, when I drew this, of like a slingshot. You take a slingshot and you have your object in the slingshot and you pull it back. You're holding it back, right? That's what's going on with Pepe. But when, and everything's attached to the price of Bitcoin. That's why I say Bitcoin's in bondage. So when I say Bitcoin is in bondage and Bitcoin has its hands behind its back, it dictates the rest of the market. So I'm talking about all of the coins, not just Bitcoin when I speak about Bitcoin, right? I'm talking about the overall energy in the market. So somebody has pulling back, right? Pulling Pepe back, holding it back here. But once the forward movement happens this way, it's going to slingshot back and then boom, and then go 9x. That's what I'm seeing with these stars. I don't know if this is what this means, but I'm just saying I drew 9 stars. It could go 9x. That's what I'm saying. And when it goes 9x, you need to exit the market because after this 3 o'clock point, there's a block, there's a T, no trespassing, no way out. See what I'm saying? So let's break this down. Intuitively, something is telling me that this is 12, right? This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So it's kind of giving me the dates, like I told you guys the other day, 11/3, November 3rd, because this would be 11 o'clock, where this support line is, where Pepe is sitting in 11 o'clock position. This is noon. This is 1. This is 2, where the party starts to join. And by what? 3, the party is over. It's time to exit. So something is telling me 11/3, between 11/3, November 1st, 2nd, 3rd. By the 3rd, it reaches its peak and it's time to take a detour out. This is the world here. This arrow is pointing out to exit out the world, which is the matrix. The market in itself is the matrix, beloved. So we are exiting out of the matrix so that we can hold our real, our real earnings instead of it being trapped inside of a computer, of an app. So this is what I'm getting about the Pepe coin. I'm kind of seeing that it's going to hold a strong support line that right now is inside of some sort of pattern. I don't know much about it, but I do know there's something called a V triangle, but I don't know much about it. There's also something else that has to do with a V. Maybe you guys know, you can comment below. But nevertheless, looks like Pepe has some sort of strong support. It's being held back there, but notice it's not touching that support. It's just hovering right above it, right? And this, it represents time, lazy. Maybe it's being lazy right now because it's being held back, not doing anything, just chilling out. But when Bitcoin is taken out of bondage, which the divine will remove it out of bondage, because the evil ones are keeping it still right now. They're trying to push it more to the downside just to squeeze every bit of money that we all have left. That's what they're trying to do, but they can't do it. They might succeed doing it, but right now it's just kind of staying put and kind of been moving sideways. But if you notice, it's in position. It's already in the bull run. That's what Spirit told me. The bull run is here. It's just being withheld from you. It's being withheld from you. And even sideways movement, it's not like they're making very much money, but at the same time, we're not making money. It's being withheld from you. That's what's going on. So this Pepe has some sort of strong support. It's being held back. And when it finally propels, guys, blue, red. Democrats are blue, right? Democrats represent blue. If I'm not mistaken, the Democrats represent blue. The Republicans represent red, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but this is what I'm getting. When did the market tank? During the Democrats. When the blue hats are in power. Pepe is being held back. Not just mean Pepe, it just means coins in general, because it's all dictated mostly on Bitcoin. It's being withheld from you. It's being purposely subdued. It's being purposely deceptive right now, blue. Deceptive energy being held back from you. So the peak of this bull market is going to be 2024, 2025. When what? If we get another president and they are a Republican, the Republicans get in office 2024, this could also mean that that's also too when it's going to happen. This is what's coming to me now. Keep in mind, This was drawn from the 88% of the subconscious mind. That's 88% of our brain power. I'm trying to explain it with the 12% of my conscious mind. But this is another scenario. And we're going to keep showing this and keep trying to figure this out. This could be when the Republicans, if they get voted in, this could very well be when it starts to take off. If you notice, isn't there an election in November? So let's say there's an election in November. They always want to make the market go up then. This is coming to me now. So that could also be why I see 11-3. I think ain't the election on like November 4th or something, girl? Something like that. That's why I see this is the 1st, this is the 2nd of November, and this is the 3rd. By the 3rd, you got to already have taken your profits and exited out the market, the matrix, the world, and materialism. Take it out of the market. Okay, but now I'm starting to see, let's play a different scenario. This is looking like we're going to have this bull run here if the Republicans take office. So this could push us into 2024, 2025 as well. I'm just thinking right now, thinking out loud. Because if this represents 12, this represents 11. This also could be, this is the 1 o'clock position. This could also be January, right? The 2nd could be represent February. And then 3, this could represent March. So this could also be a very between February and March 2024. This could also be when this is going to pop off. This could also be a really strong bull run, right? And we should exit and take profits during that time, February and March. So that is another way we can look at it. But either way, whether it's this November or February, that's only a few more months. And if you notice, it's red. It's kind of getting that if the Republicans get into office, that it's going to cause this bull run to happen. And the blue hats will no longer be deceptive, no longer be in control, holding it back. Okay. I'm going to leave this here for now. And one last thing I want to point out. Everything I do it from my heart. I even drew, in this picture, I even drew a heart. And it had my little energy rays, sunshine coming out of it. So this is just like, I'm doing all of this out of love with a pure heart. My name Tahirah means purity. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I think it's just very fitting how even our names show up in our subconscious mind, and even our little attributes and who we are at the core also shines. And I love that my heart has came through in this photo, because that's why my channel is called Instructions for Humanity. I have the heart to help humanity and to help heal humanity. So I just wanted to point that out. But I just want to say, I'm going to leave this here, but I love all of you guys, the birds, the bees, and yes, all of the beautiful trees, which roots are all connected because we are all one. We all love you too. Love is the way. Forgiveness, it's the key. And truth is the absolute light that will always, always guide us home. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.